interview him, and this time I get to moderate a book discussion, so I think that's pretty cool. And one of the things, after having read the book, one of the things that I enjoy, I'm one of the people who looks at defense as a vast ecosystem, and you can have a butterfly flapping its wings in some place, and it has all sorts of impacts, and eventually it does become a tsunami on the other side of the world. And what was really neat about this is you frame so many of the things that are the bigger challenges, including some of the things that people think are sort of non-obvious challenges, right? For example, wealth accumulation on the street, investment patterns, stock ownership things that we did. And so, what the general does really interestingly is actually go through a little bit of the history of how it is we got here on all of these multiple.
Yeah, I got it in there.
You managed to get it in there, but you also tied in. And as I was saying, on some pages you read, there are more really good ideas and policy solutions to some of those things than you'll find in a lot of reports that may or may not come, certainly not from this think tank, because they're all like highly value added and everything. But sometimes, it's really good to sort of see, right down to, for example, some of the tax credits that you propose that would actually improve cybersecurity, because that's a major capital investment, and companies don't want to admit they have a problem, because the minute they have a problem, they have to invest money in order to do it, and so it was an interesting structure. But you mentioned over there at the start, the 5 challenges, and you discussed them. Talk to us a little bit about what you see as the challenges, and what are some of the things that we've got to do to try to address them.
Well, I tried to look at the big picture. So we're going to have a terrorist challenge for a long time, because Islam is in the middle of a multi-century effort to come to terms with the West. I mean, how can you be God's chosen people, revealed through Muhammad, his prophet, confirmed by the rapid conquest of most of the known world within a few decades after Muhammad's death, and then confront these barbarians starting in the 1700s who were infidels, who never had civilization, and suddenly they're wealthier, smarter, more technically competent, and Islam is still struggling with this. And one of the tenets of modernization, of course, of Islam is, one of the 3 major schools was to go back to the beginning. That's Wahhabism. And it says if we could just be more pure and go back to the way it was with the followers of Muhammad, God would return and give us the power that we had then. Or that's the sort of broad brush analogy. And we've put trillions of dollars into supporting Saudi Arabia's buying their oil, and they've recycled billions of dollars in their support of their extremist interpretation of Islam.